four C's that we're talking about are the four C's of building influence rapidly, specifically building influence in a workplace environment, right? It's consideration is the first C, consistency, collaboration, and control. Those are your four C's. When you consider consideration means I put myself in your shoes. I consider what life is like for you. You're my boss. You're my coworker. You have a family. You go home. You're trying to exercise. You're trying to make a living. You're trying to do all the same things I am. So if I consider your point of view faster than you consider my point of view, I have the advantage. That's what the first C is, consideration.
That's really perspective again, right?
It's perspective again, exactly. Consideration is technically a legal term. So attorneys and lawyers all know what consideration is, but it's the rest of us who have not gone to law school that don't recognize that consideration is another word for perspective, but it's also a legal term that stands for the same thing. Consistency is the act of being consistent. What's powerful is that very few people are actually consistent. Most people are inconsistent. Think about the friend that you were talking about on LinkedIn who can't even have a consistent message, can't even have a consistent opinion about alcohol, right? The fastest way to burn influence, the fastest way to burn your persuasive ability and burn your sense-making relationship with people is to be inconsistent, because nobody wants to invest relationship into an inconsistent person.
Inconsistent in your perspectives, your values, your beliefs.
Your actions, what you say, what you do, what you spend your money on. Like, consistency is what breeds comfort and confidence in people. It's what builds influence. Because when the rubber hits the road, when bullets start flying, when all hell breaks loose, you want to know that the person that you believe will be there. And a consistent person is somebody that you believe will be consistent.
Even if you don't like them.
Even if you don't like them, right? The third C is collaboration. Collaboration becomes really powerful because what most people are doing is they're trying to find some sort of compromise. And a compromise really just means you don't get what you want and I don't get what I want. And we find something in the middle that neither of us wants, but we'll both accept. That's a shit deal. What we really actually want is not compromise. What we want is collaboration. Collaboration means you bring your idea, I bring my idea, and together we create a third, better outcome for both of us. That's what collaboration is. That's what makes collaboration different than compromise. What we want from our government is a collaborative government, not a government that compromises with each other. And yet what the popular public narrative is that we need a government that compromises. Well, shit, a government that compromises is always losing. A government that collaborates is always gaining. So the third C is collaboration. If you find somebody who is considerate, who is also consistent, and also collaborative, do you see what we're building here? We're building influence. And then the fourth C is control. And control is the one that is super important. And control is the thing that people drop all the time when they're trying to build influence. Control means that you capitalize, you execute on all the social benefit that you've built with these first three C's. And now you actually take the action to get what you want. You ask for the cameras. You ask for the opportunity. You ask for the interview. You ask for the favor, right? Or you go out and you tell the boss, I'm ready to be the one that gets promoted to the manager job. I'm the one that gets to go on vacation for Christmas. I'm the one that gets to do this. And then you cycle back to the fact that you've done the other three C's, right? And you're doing it in a way that exercises your control over the situation. The four C's are the tool to build influence in a professional environment, because the actual thing that you're building, the term that we use, we don't call it influence inside the walls at Langley. We call it social capital.
Where's Langley?
Langley, Virginia is the headquarters for CIA.
Okay.
So we call it social capital because just like real currency is capital, when you engage in the process of building influence using the four C's, what you're actually building is a savings account of social capital. You're building reciprocity. You're building leverage. You're building favors. You're building IOUs. So when you have this pile of money, the only thing that you can do with a pile of money is spend it. So you have to spend it to get what you want. And that's what the control is. That's what the C is in the four C's of building influence through social capital.